Yo, it's your boy ZG. Welcome back to the Zach Smack Show. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. I got a first thing to say. Fuck the St. Louis Blues. They fucked me bad. And if anyone follows me on the socials, fuck them. Fuck the city of St. Louis. No, I'm just kidding. My cousin lives in St. Louis, and I feel bad for him too. But, man, that fucking broke my heart, dude. If you guys are sports bettors out there in this world, that shit fucking broke my heart. I know there's 10 times more important things in this world than winning money, but that shit was the worst thing that has happened to me in a very long time. 2 goals in 2 minutes took $6,000 out of my hand, boys. Fuck the St. Louis Blues.
You ready to introduce us, though?
Yeah, I'm ready now. I get over it, okay? Can't forget to introduce my 2 co-hosts. Thank you, guys. Go ahead.
It's your boy, Kahari. And we also got our other boy,
Zuda. Zuda's back.
Zuda's back, baby.
Zuda's back.
Listen, congrats to the Jets for one of the most jerk-off wins of the year. But it is what it is. We'll move past it, all right? We'll move past it. I think Ross has got a quick opening up question for us that we're going to start it off with today.
I told Zach, I was like, at my job, we have like a little like icebreaker question. I have one that I had last week that I need to hear people's realistic comments because I had some that were very, very ridiculous. And Ben, I'm going to get one from you too. If you were to be put in an octagon with an animal, what animal would you be able to fight barehanded and win?
Any animal.
Any animal. Not, wait, hold on. I had people saying, oh, a fish. No. Land animal. Who would you be able to get into a fist fight with and win?
That's a good one. I'm going to go with Yorkie. Dude, I want to destroy a Yorkie,
Facts, bro. I was going to say a Chihuahua, bro.
I hate Chihuahuas are a little feisty, but I would love to
a Yorkie for sure.
I'd love to beat the crap out of a Yorkie. I'm just tired of their barking, dude. Their breath smells horrible. But a freaking Yorkie, dude, put me in the ring with a Yorkie any day. But I have been seeing not your thing, but I have been seeing like that post or what's been trending.
Gorillas.
People with gorillas. And apparently, like, we can't stop gorillas, which I don't think I would even want. I wouldn't even want to attempt it.
100 men versus 1?
No. Well, you got to think about the first 25 have to sacrifice themselves. Because
that's true. Well, they're going to have their way.
But if you're holding the motherfucker down, right? Like, how many men does it take to hold down?
I don't think it's about men. I don't think it's about the strength. I think what comes into play when you're beating because there's no way strength comparison. It's you. We're smarter.
0.
100%.
I think but I mean, I think that's what would really give us the edge is just being a little bit smarter. Bro, there's no way that we could fucking choke out a gorilla.
But
0.
Ben,
hold on. How many men?
He said 100.
Did you say 100?
No, I said. I mean, 100 men versus 1 gorilla. I mean, you would think, yes, but at the same time, like, bro, that gorilla could take you by the leg and beat you like a rag doll.
Yeah, for the first 25 jerk-offs.
All right, Ben, but if you're going to get into a cage with an animal, what animal are you fighting that you're going to be able to win?
Bro, I mean, Kahari with his Yorkie, I would punt that Yorkie freaking like outside of the for sure. But God, I love capybaras, but maybe they could get some smoke. I don't know.
Oh shit,
capybara.
I got that one. What about you, Zach?
Dude, I don't know why this is coming to my head, but a skunk.
Just a
swear,
wild,
dude,
like just
a wild skunk, bro.
Okay.
Like I don't know. I just would.
What
I'd
happens
get him by
if he
his neck.
sprays you? What if he sprays you?
Good. Good.
Can
He's
I?
not gonna-
Go ahead.
No. That's
I was just gonna say, can I say what would else besides a gorilla that would beat me for sure?
What?
2 things that I'm deathly afraid of, guys. I've never admitted this, but I'm scared of opossums. Possums,
Oh yeah.
terrified.
Those things are gross.
I think they're ugly. They show their teeth. Dude, I'm scared of them. Possums I'm scared of, and raccoons. I don't know why.
I'm scared of raccoons.
I'm like literally scared of
I'm
those
scared of
things.
raccoons.
Like if
I'll fuck
one
up
like
a raccoon.
walked in right now, I'd freak out.
Me too.
Like,
Can I say something real quick? The first raccoon I ever saw, I swear, was in St. Louis. I'm serious.
Dude,
Serious.
That
So
boy
that
really got
tied in.
beef.
That tied in perfectly. Josh, I love you, and I'm still gonna come see you, my cousin. Shout out Josh Gordon. But St. Louis to me right now is absolutely just the last place I want to go.
You know who else is from St. Louis?
Who else?
Nelly,
Nelly, the
Yeah.
rapper.
the rapper.
Singer?
He's
Rapper?
from St. Louis.
It's a good one.
I'm just saying. Do you hate Nelly?
I don't hate Nelly. It was only just a dream.
Hey. I'm going to take over for a second, boys. I just wanted to let you guys know some historical facts. We ready?
Please.
We ready? In the year 1988, George H.W. Bush was elected for United States, defeating Democratic opponent Michael Dukakis. So George W. Bush Sr. won that year. Hold on. It continues. NASA's space shuttle program resumed after the Challenger disaster.
That was with the teacher, right?
I actually don't know. I'm just reading stuff off Google right now.
All right.
The Winter Olympics were held in Calgary, Canada. Right?
I thought it was in Atlanta.
And the Iran-Iraq war ended. You know what else also happened in 1988?
The last time a Canada team won the cup, bitch.
That was the last time the Edmonton Oilers won the Stanley Cup. And I think it'll stay that way for a while. Just saying. But yeah,
Possibly.
1988 was a great year.
That's a good one, Kari. I like that a lot. That was
Just
fun.
had to open
Tied
it up.
into the hockey conversation because I can't wait to get in this shit.
Go ahead,
after
Ross.
what I've been
Take it away.
watching so far. Well, if you don't know, you know now. Second round of the NHL playoffs. Florida Panthers, Toronto Maple Leafs. Game 1. At the end of the first period, the Florida Panthers down 3-1. I don't know how. Toronto's got it down. It's ridiculous. I'm watching it a little bit here. I'm going to be focused. Don't worry. But ridiculous so far. 2 power plays, 1 power play goal. Bob's letting in softies. He's got to lock it down. It's becoming an issue. So my question is, so far, okay, it was more of the fact that I thought that for a second I thought the game was at like 8:30 tonight. But
Me too. I actually thought that as well.
Okay. Who is going to be the biggest standout for the Panthers? Who needs to be the biggest
series?
standout in this series?
Who needs to be
Because
the
I'll
biggest, or
tell
who
you
is
right
going to be
now,
the biggest? Because
okay.
who needs to is Carter Verhaeghe. That's who needs to. But is he going to be?
Yeah.
No.
Who do the Panthers need right now, down 3-1? Who do they need to step up and figure it out and win them a game?
To step up? Okay, wait. In this game that we're down right now, or
Right
just
now.
the series?
Right now.
You said that's
I
a
was gonna
two-part
say-
question.
I was going to say the series, but now I'm saying right now. We're down 3-1 at the end of the first. We need something. Who's stepping up?
So I'm going to answer your two-part question kind of right now. I'm going to say we got to get chippy this game, and I think the guy that's going to do that right now to get us chippy, it's going to be Sam Bennett. I think Sam Bennett needs to step up. I
Agreed,
think
100%.
he needs to cause some chaos, stir up some things, follow with the other Canadian, Brad Marchand, our beloved Brad Marchand. They both need to stir some things up. But I'm going to steal some of your thunder from earlier before we started the podcast. Seth Jones, if he continues, he already had a goal tonight. If he continues to step up defensively, I think we're in this game. I don't think we're too out. But you got to take care of the Oliver Ekman-Larssons with the attitude that knows us very well.
Listen.
I don't know what happened. Like all of a sudden, like
Forgot about the ring.
He forgot about the
He
ring.
went to Toronto. That's why.
Yeah, he's a scumbag now.
I'll tell you what, okay? And I'll tell you what I've learned through my life playing hockey. A 2-goal lead is the worst lead in hockey, right?
Did we not learn that?
St. Louis.
Too soon.
Don't do
Too
it to
soon.
me.
Too soon.
2-goal lead is the worst lead in hockey, no matter how much time you have, obviously. You know that. And right now, 2 periods of hockey left, 40 minutes of play.
Yeah.
2 goals, 2 shots.
That's it.
Okay? And let me tell you right now, what Toronto's probably thinking. Boys, we're up 2-0. We're up 2 goals. 3 goals in the first. We're up 2 goals against the Stanley Cup champs.
Yeah, we got this in the bag.
We're balling.
Yeah.
Fine. Take that. You know what Brad Marchand's saying in there? Fuck these motherfuckers. Let's go out there and fucking put our penises down their throat.
Is
That's what we're gonna fucking tell
he
them.
licking Chucky's face on the side?
Dude, Chucky better be nuts on the wall freaking out right now that they're down 2. The Panthers should be losing it right now. They should be going out there with the first 8 minutes of the game. They need to have 20 shots on goal.
Hold on, let me say something real quick. Did you guys see that video that just came out about the Paul Maurice? That video of him on the bench, and he started off by saying, "You fuckers."
No.
You guys just see
I did
that?
not
That just
see
came
that.
out? You saw that, right?
Yeah. I sent that
How
to you.
insane was that?
Let me
That's
explain
crazy.
something to you. That is
Dude,
the video.
wait till I show you that.
That's the video that when the Panthers in 2023, they couldn't figure it out to start the season. Whole new team, Maurice, he fucking let him have it one game.
on
And
the
I think it was
bench.
against Pittsburgh or something.
Yeah, it was against
and
Pittsburgh.
He was, dude, face red, just what the fuck, like freaking out.
screaming his head off.
They figured it the fuck out ever since then, winning. That's all they've been doing.
It really
he
was. That's why
literally
they posted
told
it.
them to kiss my ass and listen to me, and they did. And now you want to say,
Let me ask you guys a question to segue from that. Would you guys consider Paul Maurice a player's coach?
Hell no. He couldn't give listen, he couldn't give
The guys respect him clearly in the locker room.
He couldn't give a fuck who you are, right? He couldn't care.
It's tough, Ross.
You are here to play hockey and win hockey games.
tough.
Now listen, hockey's a little different when it comes to football, right? Because in football you have your top guys you need to make happy, and then you have your bottom guys who are playing for that, right? You have 18 guys in the NHL who, by the way, okay, you have 18 guys in the NHL, by the way. Those guys made it there. So that's the only good part. But those guys, they don't care about your feelings, bro. You're there to win hockey games. That's why you're up there. If you're not going to win hockey games, go back down.
The only reason I say I'm indifferent about it is because if you hear the way he speaks in the post-game press conferences, he's very high on the players even after a bad game.
Yeah.
A little bit like Aaron Boone on the Yankees.
You ever hear hockey players never say the word I?
No, I've never heard that.
No.
It's always we. And it's the same thing with coaches. It's always we. Oh, we need to play better. We need to do this. We need to do that. Our team needs to do this. That's how it is in hockey. It's never about I, it's about us. It's about the team. And if you're not going to play part of the team, they don't care who you are. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. We're going to win games.
I like that.
So that's how it is. But I think that the Panthers need to figure it out. They got 5 minutes till the second period starts up. But I do like that. I do like the Seth Jones because I think, like I said before, he stepped up big time.
I mean, you can tell our viewers or our listeners, tell them the poll that you've been arguing about, because I would like to see in the comments, if we clip this right now, I'd like to see the comments. Ask them
right.
what they think.
You look at the past, if you're a Panther fan, you look at the past first round, look at since the trade deadline. Who is the number one, like for us, I should say, let me rephrase this because that's, you're right. I need to phrase this right. Since the trade deadline, Seth Jones, Brad Marchand. Who's had the biggest impact? I think, honestly, it's been Seth Jones. And I know it's wild to say, right? But Seth Jones has taken over that number 1, number 2 D spot, and he's been balling.
And I got to second that, Ross, because I think that when Ekblad got hurt, those first 3 games he played defensively were really good. But I think that when Ekblad got hurt, I think he really, really took over that number 1 D spot.
100%.
Right? Would you say, Corey?
I mean, I 100% agree, because I remember when Seth Jones came in, like I was saying earlier, I just felt it was a bit underwhelming. I also wasn't like too familiar with like who he was at the time, so I was kind of like caught off guard when he came in. I was like, when is he going to do something big? And I was also going to tell you guys too, with having Seth Jones, Zach was saying earlier, like he's a defensive man, so we expected him to really like score. Like you kind of like want someone that's gonna be flashy. Yeah. But we kind of got that when we had Brandon Montour. Brandon Montour was a defensive man.
I miss that guy so much.
Defensive man, but he can actually put the puck in the goal. Well, he was scoring a lot still.
That one season, bro, he had like 64 points.
Guys went crazy.
Incredible.
There's a reason why we weren't able to keep him, because he did so well. They had to figure it out. But I do think, but there's also valid arguments to you go, oh, well, what about Brad Marchand? It's Brad Marchand, the Hall of Fame, the rat. Okay. He has made a huge difference.
I love him. I don't know what it is about him.
Why do we love him? But why do we love him? Do we hated him?
No, dude.
Why do we love him, bro?
I'm literally obsessed with Brad. I don't know what it is. I honestly get this is so weird. People are going to get on me on this, but I get giddy when I see him. Like, because they show him and he's such a troll.
I swear,
I love him.
I think the biggest thing is that people, like Panther fans, still can't really wrap their head around how he's going to be with us for the next 2 years.
It's nuts.
Like, they're like,
it's nuts.
Bro, this is Brad Marchand, the guy who every time the Panthers played them, they were like, yo, fuck this guy. This guy's a goober. Fuck him. He's dirty. And now he's on the team. Dude, making plays, bro. What, he had 3 or 4 points? No, 3 points.
But it was two assists.
2 assists.
1 goal.
One goal.
Yeah. It was one goal, 2 assists on our closeout game.
Hold on, bro. Don't forget about Itu Luostarinen.
That was crazy too.
4 points, bro.
Luostarinen
I was
went
down
off
on
that
him,
game.
too.
Tied with Connor McDavid for their most points in one game so far this playoffs. By the way,
Yeah.
Connor McDavid. Oh Lord
And
Jesus.
Connor McDavid had 4 assists that game.
Or
too.
Lord Jesus, Connor McDavid.
He's not even the best guy on his team anymore. I'm sorry, it's Draisaitl. But anyways,
that's a little wild. But
Nah, that's not wild. Draisaitl's better than him right now this year.
well, I'll tell you what.
He absolutely is.
I'll
He
tell you
absolutely
what,
is, Ross.
He's Connor McDavid, bro. I don't know. It's hard to. You're gonna lose a lot of respect for some.
Hold on a
people.
second. to the Florida Panthers to repeat the cup. Pay Zach 10 G's and take the Zach Smacks crew, including the producer Ben, right to the fucking Bellagio. Cheers, boys. Cheers. 10K.
Wow.
I've been taking a shot of
too
vodka
bad.
in a pretty
Thank you,
long
Ben.
time.
That's our producer Ben, guys. Do not forget the sub gift cards. Don't forget holidays are coming up
Sub gift
around the corner. We still need to clip that so they know where to send
Yes.
the subs.
I
to,
appreciate
just so you
that.
know
We
Appreciate
still
that.
haven't
that.
clipped that, but also make sure we do the Subway gift card because Ben did say
He likes a tuna sub.
he likes the fake tuna sub.
Yes, he did say that.
That came out and said fake. He doesn't like any other subs.
That is true. That is true.
Listen, Panthers are repeating the cup. It's a known fact at this point, but we're going to throw it back to the Dallas Stars Avalanche series. What a fucking series, Ross, huh? What a series.
What were
Seven
they?
games?
They were down 0-2, right? Dallas? Was it 0-2?
down?
They lost the
down-
first game. I know
1-1.
that.
It was 1-1.
They lost the first game at home for sure.
Yeah, they lost.
I know
It
that.
was 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, 3-3, 4-4, something like that. 4.
think it was 1-1.
And if remember my knowledge, there's a Canadian that says I don't have good hockey knowledge, but I would like to say, didn't Dallas trade away somebody to different series?
Colorado.
Traded to Dallas.
No, that's what I meant to say.
Not to Dallas. Wait,
No,
so Mikko
traded to
Rantanen-
Carolina.
Yeah.
From Carolina to Dallas. You're
Okay.
correct.
Yeah, so
You're perfect.
Mikko Rantanen, who has had his fair share of issues, contract talked with the Avalanche this year, was traded to the Hurricanes for Marty Necas, who had an amazing year, and a few other people, and now he's on the Dallas Stars, and the Dallas Stars won that trade. Everybody's like, "Oh, Carolina's stupid." Nah, sorry, he was too much for them. So that now he's on a team that can use him, and I'm scared, bro. Dallas is legit.
They've been sneaky, I feel like, since I've started watching hockey over
Dallas
the last
is
few
legit.
years.
Extremely sneaky, and you can say what you want, Ross, Kahari. They're missing their best player right now. I don't care what you say, bro.
Well, yeah,
They're
but
missing their best
honestly-
player right now.
But honestly, you look at it.
Jason Roberson.
Robertson, Robertson. It's Robertson.
I like saying Roberson.
Wherever he is, whatever he's dealing with, they honestly
Aaron
don't.
Inkblad.
They don't.
Inky.
They don't need him. They don't need him.
They don't need him.
They don't need him. They were down their best player and their best defenseman last night, or not last night, last game.
Okay, Ben, this is a clip. Dallas Stars fans, please watch this in Dallas.
Yeah.
Ross is saying that you guys do not need your best player. Please spam him in the comments at ZootsMax.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. You don't really need him right now. They're playing really well without him. And honestly, thinking about it now, and especially how the way Winnipeg just played against St. Louis, you look at that Dallas Stars Winnipeg matchup, bro. No question. No question Dallas is coming out on top of that one for sure. No question.
I agree.
No question.
And Edmonton's coming on top of Vegas.
yeah, Edmonton
Vegas
Oilers.
didn't even play well against Minnesota.
Well, let me ask you. I'll just do this because I have it written down. Dallas Stars, Winnipeg Jets. Who you got? And how many games?
Dallas Stars against who?
Winnipeg Jets.
Winnipeg Jets.
How many games?
That is going
Don't
to
even ever talk to me about Winnipeg, bro.
That's going to go to 6 games.
It is gonna go to 6
And
games.
I got Dallas in 6.
Absolutely.
Now you go.
I have Dallas in 6
Move-
too.
But not to steal your thunder, because
ahead.
I already had this one on my phone ready to go. I'm curious to know, what do you guys think happens between the Washington Capitals and the Carolina Hurricanes? What is that series? I feel like can go Game 7. I think
Dude,
that could be a 7-game
Thank
series.
you for bringing that up, Kahari. I was looking at that line today. Do you want to try to? Did you look at the line already?
No, I'm going to take a gander. It's
Go
almost
ahead
even.
and go ahead and guess. What do you think? Do you think it's even?
115, 105? No?
Kahari, you want to guess?
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go negative 110 on both sides. What is it?
Plus.
Sorry, Carolina's minus 155. Washington's plus 125.
Oh my gosh.
And I have Washington.
You put the money on Washington all
Absolutely.
day for the odds.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
1,000%.
I can't believe
It's
it.
way closer than that.
Why did they kept it close against the Devils, bro?
Way closer than that.
I will tell you what, honestly, you look at Carolina, right? Carolina's a solid team, no question about it. Especially right now, they're playing good hockey. You look at the Capitals, that game comes down to goaltending. It does. It comes down to goaltending, right?
Logan Thompson's back, or he's hurt?
He's been back.
He's back.
You know who doesn't though? Freddie Anderson, who they've had issues with him being healthy for the last 3 years. They signed him to an extension for $2 million.
I know. Crazy.
You're signing a Band-Aid to $2 million. I mean, hey, I can play. I'll get hurt, and I'll be a Band-Aid. Like, I don't
Yeah,
understand.
but when he's in, he's productive.
And yeah, he's productive, but when he's in, and he's not in right now, and you have a rookie or a second-year Russian Kochekov who's not really doing too hot. So, I don't know. But, I think in that game, in that series, I'm probably taking the Caps in like a good 6.
Okay.
A good 6.
All right.
And I mean like
We're all
a
on the
double
Caps.
overtime.
We're all on the Caps.
I'm talking about like a double overtime tip-in goal. Good 6.
I think it could go 7, like Kahari said, though.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
could.
I
No,
think
no,
it's gonna
but
go
I'm
7.
not saying it. Bro. A game 7 and a game 6 are determined between one shot. So
Right. Well, yeah. I agree. I think that series definitely goes game 6.
What's the
or
last
7.
series we're missing?
Well, we have to talk about the
Oh,
Oilers.
1988.
The big dogs.
1988.
The Edmonton,
We
gotta talk
Edmonton
about them.
Oilers, and
We got to make them relevant.
That's
And-
another weird series, dude. I swear it is, bro. Because if Edmonton goes up 2-0, they're at home, right?
Vegas is the number 2 seed, so they'll have home ice advantage, I believe.
You know what, Zach? So Zach spent a lot of money and bets on this guy by the name of Jack Eichel. Zach put a lot of money into that guy. You're a big Jack Eichel fan.
Yeah,
He didn't
Jack
show
Eichel
up that much this last
He didn't,
round,
but the last two games he did.
hey, that's
The last 2 games he did.
they got.
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you sneaky teams. And again, I don't have to keep discrediting my hockey knowledge, but based on the eye test, the sneaky teams I see are Vegas, which Vegas doesn't have to be sneaky because Vegas, they won the cup, right, a few years ago. But Vegas is a sneaky team for me. Dallas is a sneaky team for
Dallas
me.
is the sneakiest team.
And honestly, I'll give 1988 credit. I think based on Draisaitl's year that he's had, I know we're in the playoffs now. I may give Edmonton because I don't want to give it to the Capitals and I don't want to give it to whatchamacallit. I'm blanking for a second.
Carolina?
And I don't want to give. I'm not big on Carolina. I'm not big on Carolina. I honestly think I'm gonna besides
They
the
kept it close
Panthers.
with the Devils,
Besides
bro.
the Panthers, because we know Toronto's not moving to the next round. I truly believe the sneaky teams are Vegas, Dallas, and I'm gonna go Edmonton. I'm gonna go the Oilers.
Well, I would
are your
have to
sneaky-
agree with you,
sneaky
but
good
you
teams.
can never count out Connor McDavid and the Oilers. Can't.
No.
They're good.
No.
Again, but the big thing with the West, and I said it to you. You look at every game this year in the East. Never pulled a goalie unless it was for an injury
Really?
in the East. This round.
saw
In the West, you mean?
No, in the East.
In the East?
The West.
Yeah, they pulled
in the
Connor
West.
Hellebuyck 3
Every
times.
single goalie in the West besides Jake Ottinger has gotten pulled
Yep.
in that series
Yep.
last year.
Really?
Past season. Ridiculous. The goaltending in the West is incredibly inconsistent, and the fact that 2 of the Vezina finalists are from the West is ridiculous.
It is.
Put
It is,
some
but-
respect on some quality goalies.
Hey,
honestly.
but they showed us love on the other side,
Bro,
though.
BS if Connor Hellebuck has won this many bull. Don't mean shit.
Oh, they're upset in the comments,
Big
though.
time.
They're upset.
And Darcy Kemp, who the fuck gives a shit about Darcy Kemper? Honestly, who cares?
He played well when it was 2-0, and then they won 4 straight. Though.
Yeah.
Let's
When
bring
he-
it home for a second,
letting
though.
up 5
Who's more deserving out of Reinhardt and Barkov, though, for that?
Alexander Barkov, there's no question. Sorry.
That's actually who I was going to go with.
Nah, because listen,
But I would be happy, obviously, either
my
way.
thing is
a coin flip, bro.
is Barkov's going to be part of that conversation every single year because he's the most consistent 2-way player in the
So
NHL.
underrated,
He's
Barkov.
He is.
He's so underrated.
and people, it's so funny because I remember seeing something. It was like players will play with him, like, oh my god, like this guy's so underrated, and they look at him and you play with him. Like Keith Yandel says it all the time. He's like, Alexander Barkov is the most talented player I've ever played with in my life.
Well, I love what Zach said to me about him. Zach said this and pointed it out, and now I see it because it stands out to
Cat's
me.
power play, by the way. Sorry.
What Zach said to me, what stood out is what I like about him. He's a captain for sure. He's a
Oh
lead.
hell yes!
But besides
Yes.
the captain, he's a leader. The guy is
Well-
the first one on the ice and the last one on the ice to leave. And Zach pointed that out to me. And now when I watch our games, I literally see it even televised when we're not at the games. I'm like, wow, he's the last person.
I'm gonna test Kahari's knowledge real quick.
Oh, my
Before
gosh.
Barkov, who was the last one to leave the ice?
You actually did tell me this. Actually,
I just told you this.
Are they still active on our roster?
Nope.
Was it Huberto?
Nope.
No.
Oh, wait. Actually, I do
You
know.
know it?
I do know. It was Gudis.
Yes!
It was Gudis.
That's my boy.
Good job.
I had to remember for a second.
I
it
like
was
that.
Gudis.
I like
That's
that.
my boy.
Yes,
I miss
Gudis.
him. I miss him.
What
But I'll
team's he
tell-
on now?
Hold on, I actually do know this. Gudis is on
the
the
captain.
Anaheim Ducks.
Yes, sir.
Look at him,
The
bro.
captain.
Stop discrediting your
listen-
knowledge, bro.
Listen, let
You're
me tell
there.
you something. Let me tell you something, okay? And the one thing I love about Gudis, and I love actually, let me say this before I talk about Gudis. The one thing I love about this team is that everybody on this team has a voice and they're all a leader. Matthew Tkachuk, he don't got to see. He ain't afraid to get and step on them. Brad Marchand, first week in, set the tone as who he is in that locker room. And everybody loves it. That's the biggest thing with
What's
hockey,
his?
though.
So what's the? And this is so disrespectful to all our hockey viewers. What's his name on Tampa? Who was getting into it with Brad Marchand? Is it Gordeau? How do you say his last name?
Oh,
Yanni
Gaudreau?
Gord?
Yes,
Yanni Gord?
Yanni Gord.
Yanni
I'm
Gord.
sorry, I missaid.
He played for Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
for sure,
I
too.
missaid his name. Dude,
Yanni
that
Gord.
was that was chippy, guy.
Yanni Gord's a bitch.
That
And
was-
clip
Whoa,
it and send it to him.
Clip it and
Fuck
send
him.
it to him.
Go back to Seattle. You ain't winning another cup in Tampa, buddy.
The
Get
guy
out of
was-
here. You a
dude,
bitch.
That was chippy.
I
That
was
chippy.
dude, I have zero respect for Yanni Gord.
They were
Absolutely zero.
saying a lot of, because I went and I like what I like to do in any sport is whenever any team loses, what I like to do is I like to go on the away team the team that loses. I like to go on their Twitter, also known as X, apparently. I still call it Twitter. I like to go on their Twitter page and I like to see where it says final. And it's like the score, and then this is like right before
The comments?
The comments,
My favorite thing.
Everyone
I do it every game.
Everyone panics, especially if it's like the end of the series and their season is over. Oh, fire so and so, let go so and so, trade so and so, dude. So when we beat Tampa last week, I went to go look at the comments. They were like, they wanted to trade Point. They wanted to trade Point. They also wanted to fire their coach.
Fire the coach, trade Kucherov, trade
Kucherov.
Gensel.
They want Kucherov out of there.
Well, let me tell you
Bro,
something. This ain't
it's
this
crazy.
this
I'm just
isn't-
saying.
Listen, this isn't a lightning podcast, and I can't stand talking about these guys. Absolutely zero. But when you have Nikita Kucherov, who had the most points in the NHL, most goals, most power play, blah, 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 whatever he had, to have no goals in a playoff round against the biggest rival that your team has. Move on. Sorry.
What do the Blues and
call
the
me
Rays-
crazy? Call me crazy. Move on. Trade him somewhere else and take in more, bro. You have Braden Point, Jake Gensel, Brandon Hagel. You have
That's a good team.
Sorelli.
They do have a
They
good
have
team.
McDonough. They have Chernak. They have Victor. You have a good team with a solid goalie. If this guy, who all he does is stand around and score goals. I mean, don't get me wrong. I guess I shouldn't say all he does is stand around and score goals. He's a phenomenal player. But you know how much you can get in return for him? Huh.
What do the
insane.
St.
Statistically, he
Louis?
was the best player in the league last year.
What does the
Yes,
St.
arguably.
Louis? What does the St. Louis? I'm just kidding. What does the St. Louis Blues and the Tampa Bay Rays have in common?
Tampa Bay Lightning.
See you, Ben. I'm leaving.
Yeah,
They choke.
Bro,
they choked, and I did say the Rays.
please stop
It's-
talking about the St. Louis
It's
Blues,
the
bro.
shot o'clock that Ben gave us.
The best part is,
he got me
too,
talking about baseball, and we're talking about hockey.
the best part, too, if I could say again, I even told my girlfriend with 2 minutes and 4 seconds left in the game, come
can-
out here. I'm about to win.
You can have that Birkin.
I jinxed it too. I was with my family and I go, there's like 5 seconds left, and I go, well.
My
Zach,
phone
I
would
go-
not stop ringing,
I go,
bro.
well, Zach just won $6,000, and then they score, and I look and I go,
I'm disgusted.
there's no way. When they
I'm
scored the OT
disgusted.
winner, I dropped to my knees. My family thought I lost 6K. I dropped to my knees, and they're like, look at Ross. And I'm like, you just don't understand, bro. Like, this,
How's that power
Zach,
play for the Panthers going?
It's over, and they didn't get it. So,
Oh, nice. I
course
guess you would have told us had they got it.
yeah.
I did
You would have
want-
heard me jump up and start screaming. I'll tell you that for sure.
I did want to say this, guys. I want to see what your guys' thoughts are on this. The NFL released their latest quarterback NFL rankings, or NFL quarterback rankings,
Top
I
five.
should say. Let's go over the list really quick, all right? If you boys don't mind.
Love to.
So at number 1, the guy didn't even make it to the Super Bowl. But anyways, not hating on your guy. They have Josh Allen at number 1.
Damn right.
They have Lamar Jackson at number 2.
Ooh.
They have Joe Burrow at number 3.
What?
They have Patrick Mahomes at number 4. At number 5, they have that boy JD5, Jaden Daniels.
You sure that parody count didn't make that?
It's not the parody account, which makes no sense because Jalen Hurts, who got to put some respect on his name. He
Yeah,
won the
and
Super Bowl.
also, I'm sorry,
he's
but
top
Mahomes-
10 at number 9.
Mahomes is 1 or 2 in any list.
Oh,
He's going to be 1 or 2 for a while.
Okay.
So that was the NFL QB power rankings, and that wasn't like NBA Santel. That was legit. But let me go ahead and read one more. There was another rankings that was done. They had JD 5 at 1. They had Lamar Jackson at 2. Baker Mayfield at 3.
Yeah.
And then at number 4, they had Josh Allen. And number 5, they had Bo Nix.
So it was under
so funny.
under what? I don't even know the ages of those guys. What, under the ages of 29?
Maybe.
Rankings?
Maybe. This guy that I'm
Uh-huh.
going to mention really quick, he acts more like, I would say like an 18-year-old.
Oh my fucking god!
and the
Toronto
guy-
just scored.
Again.
Oh my god, bro!
It's okay.
Whatever
dude.
game.
Bob
it
needs to
is
be
what
the
it is.
first goalie in the East pulled right now. He's letting in everything. This is terrible. All right, go ahead.
All right.
Sorry.
So this other guy acts like an 18-year-old. You got to guess who he is. He's an NFL active player right now. He's arguably
Quarterback?
nope. I'm going to tell you what he said, and you guys got to get it. He went from supporting his quarterback to now he says that his top 5 quarterbacks are Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield, and Joe Burrow.
Emmanuel Ocho.
No, this guy.
Stephon Diggs.
No, this guy likes to act like Michael Jackson and hold his kids over the balconies like blanket.
Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek
Oh,
Hill.
I saw that came out today.
So how crazy is that? The past few seasons, you went from defending, and I mean, and rightfully so. I know you have your feud or your beef with Tua, which understandably, like I said too, like I get it. But you can't go from every year supporting your quarterback. Oh, most accurate.
Right.
Tua number 1, Tua number 2, Patrick Mahomes number 2. How do you go from that to now? And the guy he's still, as of right now, he's still your quarterback. You don't put him in your top 5. Is that your way of just saying like, hey, I've told you guys behind doors and even vocally and nationally, I want out? Is that your way of saying like, I really do want out and it's about me?
It is.
Well,
it is.
I wouldn't
It is.
say. I wouldn't say so.
It has to be.
I wouldn't. Say
With the
so.
things that guy tweets, dude, and I love him. I really do.
Oh, I still love Tyreek.
I love him. And
love
I think
Tyreek.
that he's such a
Generational talent.
generational talent. He's the face of a franchise, regardless of what anyone says. And he's one of the most special players in the NFL. But he's just, for some reason, unhappy here. He's unhappy. And he took the contract. He took the lifestyle, but he's unhappy.
All those
it's like
guys,
Jalen Ramsey.
Get out of my mouth.
The bad orange.
Get out of my mouth.
Why would you post a bad orange? You wanted an extension. We gave it to you because we don't give a shit about anything. You want an extension? You want to be here? You want to be, treated like a pampered? That's why you come to Miami. That's why everyone comes to Miami, because that's how we are. We don't give a shit about winning. Only thing we care about is making sure you're happy.
But where was this energy as far as let's just pay everyone and make everyone happy when Jarvis Landry wanted a contract? That guy wanted to be in Miami forever. He didn't get a contract, but yet, and I'm not putting him on the same like pedestal or the same
Bro,
level.
you're talking about my favorite Dolphin of all
But
time. You can put him wherever you want.
Arguably, though, like we enjoyed
My favorite
watching
Miami
him.
Dolphin of all time.
We enjoyed watching him. Juice, you're still loved by
14,
the Miami Dolphins.
baby, 14.
I saw that you did post on your Instagram. I think it was yesterday. You posted
Cleveland Browns
You
jerseys.
posted all these Cleveland Brown jerseys and all these other jersey swaps. I didn't see one Dolphin jersey in there. But
on,
hey,
bro. We
I
love
still
you,
respect
bro.
you. We love you, Juice. Honestly, I mean, we wish you could retire. Just one day contract as a Miami Dolphin.
And he'd still be productive now, I swear.
You think so? You
would
think
still
you can
be
still put the cleats on for us?
Not like, top 3, but he would still be productive, bro.
Be
But
over
let me
Eric
ask-
Exuma? Exuma?
Let me ask you though.
I may be
was-
over him if you give me 2 weeks of training.
And I'm not trying to put any shade. This is just my lack of like the depth of knowledge of the NFL, I guess you could say. Was he really that legit?
Bro.
Because if
Dude,
he was
He
that
had the
leg-
record
but-
in 2 years to the most
wait.
receptions of all time.
Okay, but if that's the case, why don't the Dolphins?
Because they didn't want to pay him. They didn't
traded-
want to pay
we
the
trade-
contract.
we
So
traded
why did Luka Doncic get traded? It's very simple. Everyone has all these. Oh, he's out of shit. No, it's very simple. The new ownership didn't give a shit, and they didn't want to pay him the contract. That's all it is. It's a business. It's all it is. It's a business.
I will say though, because he just dropped the not the NFL, the NBA. I got to drop some NBA knowledge really quick. So, just based on what I'm seeing so far, not besides Zach sweating his Winnipeg game last night, dude, I was sweating that Warriors Rockets
Crazy,
game
right?
like I had money on it. And the only reason why I was sweating it because I got my joy back. I didn't want him to win. I wanted that guy sent home.
Big face coffee.
I wanted him. Don't give him any shout outs to his company. I wanted him sent home first round. I want him to feel our pain. I wanted that guy sent home last night. But it's okay. They are facing Mr. Anthony Edwards himself, who is Michael Jackson's son, Michael Jordan's son. And honestly, I can't wait.
You really have Minnesota winning that series for real?
Yes.
Unbiasedly.
Not Houston. Warriors did not look that great last night.
Yeah, but dude, the Rockets were the 2 seed.
Okay, but Rockets also didn't look that great in last night's game. Warriors did not look that great. Same way I'm going to go ahead and you might say I'm hurt. Same way I don't think the Cavs looked that great.
Oh, I know. I had Indiana the whole time.
The Heat
I had
were
Indiana the whole time.
just that ass. But I'm telling you, the people I see realistically winning, another sleeper, how we were talking about hockey.
Can I say it real quick? I swear.
I don't think you got it. I don't think
I
you
do
got
have it, and I said it actually in one of the pods, and I did
wait.
say it. Denver Nuggets.
Yes!
Really?
Dude, Denver Nuggets.
I said it in one of the
Everyone is
shows.
so sleep on that team. But
Why?
depth-wise, they lost KCP, Contavious Caldwell-Pope a few
I
years.
bet them are ready to win the series.
Dude. And,
Plus 475.
And for whatever reason, people are sleeping on Nikola
know why.
Jokic.
Why?
Jokic. I'm telling you, the Denver Nuggets, y'all better respect that. It's going to be the Denver Nuggets versus the Minnesota Timberwolves in the Western
100%.
Conference Finals.
And
so y'all
Denver's
know.
going to win.
And then obviously, like, I hate Boston, but we know the Knicks aren't beating Boston.
Okay.
Hold on.
Wait, no,
Hot
no.
take, Ross. Hot take. Come for me, everyone. Come for me. Indiana Pacers, Denver Nuggets NBA Finals. Calling it right now.
Whoa!
Ben, it's May 5th, 2025. Denver Nuggets, Indiana Pacers, NBA Finals. You heard it here first.
I was gonna say, bro, something about Indiana right now.
They're
bro.
gritty.
They're
Shout out Reggie Leo for saying they're not gritty.
They are,
They're gritty, bro.
bro. They look crazy. Oh my god, Anthony.
And they got the best coach in the NBA.
Stop. Time out. Sorry. Just because I told you all I'm watching the game. Anthony Stolarz just got pulled for Joseph Wool. Panthers need to score 3 goals. Swear to God.
But why? He got hurt?
It looks like he got hurt. There was a play where the Panthers kind of like came on in, and it looks like I don't know.
Bro, you're fucking up my NBA
I know,
segment.
I'm sorry. Okay,
you're fucking up my
I'm
NBA
sorry.
segment.
Anyways, wait, no.
Indiana
no.
Pacers, Denver Nuggets, NBA Finals.
No, I have to. Dude. Honestly, I don't know if it's just because they beat the Cavs the first game in winnable, disgusting, like dominant fashion. I'm not a big NBA guy. I really only just pay attention to the Heat. But I watched that game for a little bit, and I look at like Tyrese Halliburton. Is that how you say his name?
What the hell?
What the hell? You stole the
He
game out of my
is-
head.
What the hell, Burton?
Bro, he is disgusting, dude.
He's good.
He's good.
He's good.
Reggie
He
doesn't
is
think he's good, though.
disgusting.
Nah, Tyrese Halliburton's
But
good.
also, you gotta also take into consideration, which you said. I like what you said before. The Timberwolves, bro. Anthony Edwards is on another level right now, and he even said he came out today and said, "Bro, I've been waiting for this." He's like, "I want to play the Warriors."
He said
didn't hear that.
he said I want to play the Warriors because he goes Draymond Green is such a he didn't say
And
a troll.
you-
I can't
yeah.
remember the vernacular he used, but he said I want to play the Warriors, and look, it came into fruition. But I'm gonna piggyback off of Zach. It's not gonna be the Pacers versus the Denver Nuggets. It is going to be it's going to be the Boston Celtics versus the Denver Nuggets, and the Denver Nuggets will get their second NBA Finals in 2 years.
3
3 years. Not back to back, sorry.
I will say I know that I don't know. I was talking to a guy I was working with, and I go, Steph looks like OG Steph right now.
You think so? You think he turned back the clock?
Balling. Dropping him from all over the court, bro. And not to mention he's bigger, and he's putting more weight on shooting the mid-range, driving the basket. Bro, guy's balling right now. And listen, I'm with you. I don't fuck Jimmy Butler for the shit he did here, honestly. That's you're not part of the culture, bro. You just ruined it, and now guess what? Everybody's going to come back, and we're going to come back and be the best team in the NBA
Zach,
soon.
it sounds like Ross tuned into that Zach Smacks podcast featuring Coach O. You notice what he said? Of
course.
He said Steph Curry put on some weight, got bigger. You were listening. I'm
No,
glad.
but I will
I'm just
tell
kidding.
you though that
True.
I don't know. It's kind of like when you talk about like in hockey, bro. You talk about like the Panthers, you talk about like the Lightning, you talk about these people who just win, bro. It's the same thing with them. They win. The Golden State Warriors, whether you hate them or not, win. So you can never count them out. You can't.
It's true.
7 seed, 8 seed, 1 seed, 3 seed, whatever they are, you can never count them out. So I'm just saying.
I'm gonna say one thing while we're wrapping up. Zach, I'm gonna challenge you really quick on this show live. Well, we're not live. Well, we are live, but we're not live to the audience. Zach, I want you to live bet the Panthers right now to come back and win this game. They don't have to put crazy money, but what the
Too
payout's
steep,
crazy?
bro. Too steep.
What do you mean too steep?
They got 9 shots in almost 2 periods.
Why can't?
they can't?
Okay.
Too steep.
So you guys
Let's see what the odds
So
are.
you guys remember, if Zach doesn't bet this and Panthers somehow miraculously come
I'll
back,
be freaked out.
I
12
tried
to
to
1.
tell him.
12-1. How much time's left in the second period, Russ?
7 minutes.
It's a lot of time.
27 minutes of hockey.
$25.
$25 pays you $3.25,
Yeah.
folks.
Locked in, people.
Hey, that's a true guy right there. I'll tell you what.
$25 locked in.
But
All right, listen, hold on. Hold on.
Let me get a big question.
Go ahead.
Big question, and I know we all had the same thing. Florida Panthers, Toronto Maple Leafs. Who wins? How many games?
Panthers in 6.
Panthers in 6.
Panthers in 5. Gentlemen sweep, part
Panthers
2.
in 5. I'll have to piggyback you. Tampa. Or,
It could even
Tampa.
be 7.
Panthers in 6.
But I'm
It
going
could.
6.
And by the way, and just because I obviously I came in here thinking, oh, Panthers in 4, baby, Panthers in 5. After watching this right now, it looks like it's gonna be probably Panthers in 6. I think
That's if
home
Star
ice.
Wars is playing.
We picked apart Joseph Full in 2023. So hey, take it.
I'm gonna throw it real quick before we wrap up. I'm gonna throw it to the NFL just for some breaking news today. Justin Tucker, arguably the greatest kicker of all time, maybe not even arguably,
Has been signed by the Cleveland Browns.
probably. Why? I mean, I guess all the allegations were true.
What
do you guys think?
He likes massages like Deshaun.
Oh well,
That's a crazy one, huh?
I think that for a kicker, bro, like I don't know. I hate to say it.
Dude, he's not just
Don't
a
say he's
kicker,
a dime and a dozen.
No. I'm just saying, like, it's a kicker, and as much as it is, bro, like Chris.
Hall of Famer.
Look at bro, but like I'm like bringing to my Steelers. Look at Chris Boswell, bro. They got him out of a free agency signing, bro. He was a nobody. Now he can't miss. So I think honestly, pick a team that needs him. Chicago Bears.
It would be the Cleveland. He's a Brown.
I don't think
He's a Brown.
Chicago
Browns
Bears
signed
need a kicker.
everybody.
I'll tell you that. And after their history with kicks, and now they're actually supposed to be pretty decent, you need a kicker. So that's what I gotta say about that. But honestly, that sucks. Actually, no, it doesn't suck for me. He ended a few of the games against the Steelers in playoffs and everything. So glad he's gone. I don't really need to worry about the Browns now either.
How do you decide like who's your team like every like
Okay.
Sunday? Like
Yeah,
what do
I
you
don't
do?
know what you're
do you
talking
flip,
about.
do you flip a coin?
Who's 4-0? Okay, let me root for them this
do you
game.
flip a coin?
Yeah.
Bills.
I'll tell you who I'll never.
Bills, Steelers, Dolphins,
I'll tell you who I'll never bet.
Ravens.
I'll tell you who I'll never bet again. Chubba Hubbard. Never getting my bet again. Ever.
my
I love that dude, though.
Just like you should never ever bet for St. Louis again, I will never ever bet for Chubba Hubbard again.
Why? What's
Cost
wrong with
me
St. Louis?
$7,000.
Okay.
Cost me $7,000, 1,000 more than you. Off a buck.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
That is a true story. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you, everyone, so much for tuning in. We're going to wrap it up here. Got a couple things to say first. Want to shout out Podcast Junkies, best studio in Boca Raton. If you guys want to get your podcast film, come in, ask for Ben. Best guy in the world. Been a friend of mine for a very long time. You guys want to film your podcast, come to Podcast Junkies, Meisner Park, Boca Raton. Follow me on all socials, on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, everything, at Zach Smacks. We are loading up on plays. If you guys see all the wins lately, we're hitting fucking home run derbies. We're hitting everything. This is what we're doing. We're printing money. Make sure you guys are following. Stay tuned for more. I appreciate everyone listening. Want to shout out Happy Homes Preventive Maintenance Care for being our sponsor for today's episode, #1 power washing company in South Florida. And I want to thank you guys all again. I appreciate it so much from that Kahari, Ross, Ben. We appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's your boy Zach Smacks. It's your boy ZG. Thanks for tuning in. Out.
Go Cats.